Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Masters Muscle Podcast. After a week hiatus, we are back, and what better way to have a phenomenal guest? But before we bring him on, I want to go ahead and show a quick video for those of you that don't know the man of the hour.
Felt like so long ago.
It's definitely commitment for Victor. It's a top two.
Well, Gunter, they always say to beat the champ, you got to knock him out. And I don't know whether or not I agree with that, but really what it comes down to is.
So, Vin, why don't you go ahead and introduce the man of the hour?
Freezing up. Yeah, so I don't know how long we've known each other, Victor. It's been about maybe probably 20 years. Victor's got a lot of titles under his belt, from New York Pro, Arnold Classic champion, top 2 in the Mr. Olympia. But one of the most important things that I know, and a lot of people talk about Victor, is that he's one of the nicest guys. He has time for everybody. He's always showing somebody how to work out. Yeah, man, you've got nothing but respect from a lot of people. Victor, welcome to the Masters Muscle Podcast.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, kind of recent news, I read that the Legends Championships is going to be coming back, that you're promoting.
Yes. Trying to bring that back after pandemic 3 years, I tried to bring it back last year, but it was too late trying to get venues, and the venues were getting a little crazy, still asking for vaccine cards and all that. So I didn't want to touch it. I don't want to put my athletes or my patrons through that. I understand the government has a different agenda, but I had to call it a loss for last year, just because of my venue was being so crazy with the.
And when will it be held this year?
It's going to be July 22nd over at Lehman College Performing Arts.
And where's that at? In the city?
In the Bronx, yeah, Bedford Park, 250 Bedford Park.
All right, cool.
The Bronx, yeah.
And so a lot of people have been asking Sean and I, what were your thoughts on, how did you feel about coming in second place to Jay Cutler at the Olympia? Like,
Milos is talking a lot of stuff, saying you should have won, but what are your feelings on it? Should you have won, or did Jay rightfully beat you?
I should have won is one thing when you're backstage and you're actually still competing and you're still got the Pro 10 on. And it was a big difference when I actually saw the pictures and the videos. And it was just like, wow, I just got dissed. Basically, because I don't put it on Jay. Jay just shows up and did his work just like I did. So it was just, the panel was just, treating me like a bald-headed stepchild. No, bald-headed, adopted stepchild.
And you were coming off a great win at the Arnold Classic that year. I mean, your condition was awesome.
It was a good start for the year. 06 was good. I was able to get third right behind Ronnie. Again, that was one where, again, I thought after I saw the pictures, I'm like, man, I thought I was good enough. But again, all you have to do is just keep going, and you can't look back. As you notice, most of my fans have just been talking about it, or actually people that actually, want to discuss the 07 Olympia. So I let them do it, because what am I going to say, should have, could have. That's kind of, it's so long ago.
Yeah, but you showed up in a great package, and that was very difficult for Jay to beat you.
No, it was a good prep. It was a good prep that year. My daughter was born. A lot of things were just going my way that year, beginning of the year, and then it ended it that way.
And is Victor Munoz has been in your corner the whole entire time, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
always train with Vic. Yeah, always train with him. I mean, sometimes you have those days where you want to train on your own. You know how it is, Vinny.
Sure.
Only train, even with training partners. Sometimes you want to train on your own because you get zoned out. But
absolutely,
on the hardest days, on the most difficult days, I was like, yo, Vic, can you come and train me, please? Like, I need to come see you. and he was always there, regardless good days or bad days. Vic is always there, you know.
Cool.
Is it hard to believe it was 15 years ago, or does it still feel like yesterday, brother?
You put it that way, it's very hard to believe it was 50 years. Yes. Yeah, wow. Where does it go? I don't even get it, but that's why you have to embrace the little time we have every day now, you know.
Absolutely. And, you know, more moving forward in the future, a lot of people are, I was getting text messages today. You got to ask Vic, is he going into the Masters Olympia? What's the story?
Look, I'm not gonna trash it anymore. I think, you know, as a promoter and other promoters, you know, initially I just had a snap judgment of it all. But my biggest question is when I were asked other guys, are you gonna do it? And they say yes. My second question was, well, how much are they paying? Their answer was always, I don't know. And then I would tell them, well, are you used to taking jobs without knowing your pay rate? You know,
right? I know we had that conversation at the Arnold.
Yeah, so it's one of those where it's like, okay, and I don't know. I just feel like they're just throwing the Masters again without trashing it, but I don't know what I can say in a positive way towards the Masters, because you know, when we first started, even if it was the Ironman for $10,000, it wasn't even about the 10. It was about doing the Ironman, qualifying for the Olympia.
Right.
It was about taking names, you know.
Sure.
You know, yeah, beating the who's who, coming up fresh. So you didn't care about that. You're young. You're still, you know, you're maturing. Right now, you're just killing guys on that stage. So it's a big difference. But now, fast forward, now, you know, it's one of those things where you're a master. So I kind of thought you will have a different level of respect. You know, they're gonna pull you out of the woodwork. They really want to see you perform. They really want to see us come out and just really pull through, because we do a show. We don't cut corners, you know.
Right.
We don't cut corners. We don't show up and do like the old days. Oh, this first show is gonna be a warm up, and then the nationals is gonna be the one I'm really gonna kill it in. You know, we always want to kill it in every show.
Sure, especially on a stage, a pro stage.
Yeah. So that being said, it's one of those things. You know, I got 6 kids, man, and
of course, you got a family.
Yeah, I mean, you do a show for 10 grand. It's like, man, that doesn't even cover, you know, 2 weeks of living, you know, with my kids and family. So it's kind of like, it doesn't make sense. And plus, I have no sponsors. Now, if I had a sponsor, I had to do it for them. You know what? That's work. You know, I'm getting real money from my sponsors. So a lot of things vary getting there, but just doing it on my own dime, leaving the country, which is actually also another good thing, is you get to go to Romania. Yep. You know, you make a pit stop over at Dracula's castle. That would be nice. but
so if
just
tomorrow,
a show for, I don't even know if they have a trophy for it. I don't even know.
So if tomorrow they announce the prize for all the divisions, what would be a number that would entice you? What would be a first place prize money that would say, all right, maybe let me think about this?
I mean, what would it be, Vinny? You tell me. You tell me something that's handsome, you know?
So, yeah, but Victor, I had a different route in my career. Like, I never made it to the Olympia. So if I get invited, it's not about the money for me. It's to finish my career out on an Olympia stage, so to speak. So for you, you've been top 2.
No, that makes sense. See, like you have, you know, again, you win the Masters, you get to go, you know, to the Open Olympia, you know, but you seen these guys, man, lately? Holy fuck, bro.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
He's coming with a crazy good routine, and that's just about it, bro.
Going to Romania to guest pose.
Well, Romania, it's again that, you know, to do the actual show and qualify for Olympia, that would be nice. But if I had a private sponsor, if I had a company, you know, again, backing me to do it, I don't mind. You know, I leave my kids behind, and you know, I say goodbye to the spring and half the summer just to do it. You know, but
yeah, that's what you're looking at, right?
Yeah. But right now, me focusing on my own show and bringing back legends and worrying about the amateur athletes and giving them a platform. give them a road to actually become pros, I will probably make just as much as I would competing, dieting my ass off, putting myself through the grinder, and just hosting a show. So I'm good with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And where are we at with your signature line? Is that
signature line? It's pretty much right now. I think we probably just delivered to just one country. Again, this is something that I really need to do my due diligence as far as distribution, because we lack the distribution. I think at the Arnold, my partners talked to Europa. I know they'll give it a okay, but I like to see everything in writing moving forward. It's not hitting the impact as far as speeding up the process of being available to everybody.
Mhm.
Right now it's only the Middle East, so obviously I live here, so this is where I want to see more of it, and I think that's where it's coming next once Europa signs off on it, and we're good to move on. And also manufacturing here, because how it is with different regulations that go on in different countries. You can't bring products right away from another country, just like we can't just deliver it to another country from here. So
Right.
we want to cover all our ends, make sure the ingredients. It's just a lot of work. It's not as simple. I mean, some people, I was wondering why they just came out with a supplement in a month. And it was basically, they were just putting on, these products where you just put your label on it. And those are faster. Yeah, those are quicker. But again, those are kind of cookie cutter. So I went with the route of just doing my own formulation. And that's where I think it hit a little bump on the road.
And
Do
how
you
many?
eventually want to come? Do you eventually want to come here in the U.S. or no? Because I know Lavroni's taking that route, and I think now he's finally in the U.S.
Yes, that's exactly. See, and it took him a while,
Yeah.
LeBron. So it's one of those things that you have to really, it's not that simple. You have to have so much paperwork, regulations, get over that,
Yeah.
get over the hump. So right now I'm just about on top of the hump and getting over it.
And what supplements do you have in your line?
Man, we have like 15 different supplements, from the glutamines to the creatine to the NO pump to pre-workouts, mass gainers. It was just called VMAS. Man, whey proteins, you name it. I think we just gonna have it, and
Cool.
that's because my partner is also a distributor, and he likes to have everything, And for me, everything is good, More products, more money, more profits, no?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So Victor, you won the Nationals in 2000, and Vinny, you competed in that show
Yes.
as well. Do you remember who beat you in the light heavy?
The light heavies, I think it was
Craig Richardson was there.
Craig.
Yeah.
Craig won.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig won the light heavy.
So Victor, when you won, was your goal to win Olympia, win a major show? What was your thought like starting at the beginning of this?
It was crazy because when I first saw one of the first few bodybuilding shows was on ESPN, and one of them, before I actually saw the Olympia. No, the Olympia 91 was the first one I saw on ESPN. I was just like catching it by chance.
Yeah.
And I remember I invited all my friends to come over, and I was like, no, this is, I couldn't fathom how this could be real, But then late nights later on, as I got into the working out, Muscle Sport USA started coming on ESPN.
Yeah.
And that's where I saw Vinny stepping on stage.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's funny.
It was you, man. It was you up there, Rod Ketchens, all these guys. Yeah. And I still remember Steve Stone announcing you, interviewing you backstage, rest in peace, Steve Stone. But it was one of those things where it was like, man, this is real. This guy's right here in New Jersey, like this is fantastic. And it had me pumped. It had me pumped because you made it real. You were local. And
I'm glad I could inspire you.
Yeah. No, I kept going. And I remember, we'll bring you up in conversation, Kai Green, Oval Burke, and all that. And I would just compete, but I was still never fully in it. It was one of those, I always had 2-3 jobs. So I competed whenever I have that chance. And it was usually twice a year. It was the beginning of the year or right in the middle or beginning of the summer. That's why I did the Metropolitan and the
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember I was in the audience. I was like, this guy's going to be on the Olympia stage one day.
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
it was
structure.
great. It
Yeah.
was great. But then again, I would do the shows, and Saturday night you go out to eat. Come Sunday, you stop for about a week or two, and then you start training again. But you know, you disappear from the scene because we didn't have this correlation right now of social media. You know, obviously you picked up the magazines, which is already like 4 or 5 months late
Yep.
news you were getting, you know. So it was as I did as much as I could do in order to stay around the mix. And then I was hearing of Vinny, Frank Santoriello, Dave Palumbo. Everybody was coming out either from New Jersey or from Long Island.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was like, what the hell is going on over there? You know, like I didn't know. And then my friend, if I could remember his name, he was actually a first person that introduced me to Dave Palumbo. He also passed away, rest in peace. But I remember his name. Oh, come on. So he goes, and I said, man, I think I found the secret diet to get ready for a show. And he's like, yeah, because you're looking great. What is it? I go, chicken and broccoli. Then he's like, what do you mean? Do you eat carbs though? And I say, yeah, and sometimes rice. But I tell you what, I did that same diet all the way up to the nationals, and it was really like there was no macros, there was no checking heart rate. It was just, where am I? Not peeled enough, keep pushing. Where am I? Not peeled enough, keep pushing. Right when you're there, okay, now you can stop. And it was just simple ways. And I think that's what's confusing a lot of guys now. They have so much information, they don't know which way to go.
Absolutely. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I get, I'm sure you do too. Like when you're seeing guys in the gym, like what's the secret? I'm
Yes.
like, keep it simple.
Yes.
And, you know, Sean and I talked about this just recently about macros. And I said to him, I've never counted a calorie in my life. I don't even know what that means. I just rotate my carbs. And I know for me, a certain amount of protein works well for me per meal.
Yes.
And anything more than that, I get a stomach ache. Anything less, it doesn't do anything for me. So, yeah, I mean, we come from an era that it was just simple.
Yeah. Oh, it was John Timbeck. It was John Timbeck.
John
He's the one
Timbeck.
that had said, hold on. You look ready, but you're still holding water. He goes, I'm going to call Dave Palumbo on my phone. And I go, you know him? X-Rex, Dave Palumbo. And I open the magazine.
The mad scientist.
That's great.
Dave is like, it's simple, but Dave, I tell you what, you say I took the time. Dave actually took the time. They didn't know me from a hole in the wall. And he just gave me, literally was on the phone with me for about 15, 20 minutes. Saying, so what did you do? How do you feel? And all that. And he just broke it down and simplified everything. Didn't get all crazy technical, you know?
Yeah, but you know, back then that worked because you weren't smothered by the social media that the guys have today.
Yeah, the
and
pressure.
So we have that. We have a problem today. Like if a young guy comes up to you or me and asks for advice, you know that 2 hours later they're asking somebody else because they saw something else on Instagram.
They do the shop around. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, man, I ain't got time. It depends. You usually know. I mean, I'm getting better at knowing who's serious, who's not. It's kind of like the people that I want to train. And I tell them one session, 500. 500 is like, yeah, because I know you're not coming back, you know.
That's funny. So are you doing training also?
I train people, worthy people, you know, people that can see it in
shows?
their eyes. You know how you can see it in their eyes, Vinny?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can see it when we train, and those that actually leave their phone down. It's like, I like taking the time for people like that. It's actually, it feels very fulfilling, you know.
Sure.
Take time, obviously not kill them, you know, especially in this market. I personally like to train with them. I don't like to do the one-on-one. I'm not going to count for you. I'm not going to handle your weights. I'm not going to do any of that. We're going to go through an actual workout, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So how many people do you scare off though?
Wow. I mean, it's again. I have most of my clients are working class. They're lawyers, developers. They're not, a lot of the kids that just want to train with you once to record it. I'm like, no, if you're gonna record it, and again, that's when they get the upcharge fee. You
I
want to
love it.
record it and really pay me. Yeah, you're gonna, record me, record the workout. See you later. Recycle it about 10, 15 times online. It's like, cool, you can do that, but I'm gonna get, what's worth out of it. But I like the everyday person a little bit better,
Victor, somebody's actually, we have questions. People can ask questions here that you guys can't see, but somebody's
All
asking,
right.
do you training anybody that's going pro nationals, or again, like you said, the typical blue
I
collar
have,
players,
I have,
doctors?
I have trained somebody, a couple of people that were going pro, and actually, I think I got it on the first run, without saying
nice.
names, without saying names. I was just a couple of them. But when people do show up and they are serious, I put my time to it. I don't really like cutting corners. I don't have time. If you're devoted, I'll devote my time as well, because I hate you wasting my time. I got 6 kids to tend to,
Yep.
Yeah. But training is fun again, but I like training with them. That's when you get the most out of it.
That's cool. When I saw you at the Arnold, and now I just saw recently you had mentioned something that that I noticed at the Arnold. A lot of the supplement companies didn't have a lot of the athletes that we normally have seen, right? So like you were at a lot of the booths over the years. I was with Animal for 18 years, and you
Vinny.
knew the same names all the time. And fans would always come and I want to see Victor Martinez. I want to see Vinny Galanti, and so on. And I felt like a very empty feeling at the Arnold this year.
I mean, again, Arnold puts on a great show. It's not the Arnold's fault. It's not the Arnold's fault. This is $1 million companies that are just getting too cheap. They want more profits, less theatrics, and miss those days. You went to one booth, you saw anybody. It doesn't matter what category, what class, but you were able to hang out in each booth. And by the time you were done, you opened the freaking expo and you closed it out. But right now, what do? A stopover, get a couple of freebies, if they even give that anymore, which they don't.
Yeah.
And I think there was like maybe 4 booths that I saw people,
Yep.
I think it
I
was
remember Monica Brandt would have like an hour wait on her line.
So
Even
Monica, all the fitness, figure girl, it was fun. It was fun. You actually, again, and once you have that connection, guess what? You can't wait for the next one.
Yep.
Or when the next show came, you wanted to see them. You wanted to pull for them because you had that whatever moment, whether it was 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, you share with them. Now you feel like, wow, you know what? I'm going to continue looking for this person. I'm going to continue supporting them. Any which way. You came out with apparels later on. It's just a lot of things. A lot of things happen. But now it's just kind of, they use the social media influencers, which again, I'm like, okay, so cutie pie, that's about it. But you keep moving. You don't really stop. It just kind of, I don't know. It didn't have the impact of what it was back in the, early 2000s. And it's just gone. It's gone now.
Yes, it's kind of like a dull moment when you're walking in there. It's not, and I'm sure that people who walk in today for the first time are excited, but they don't know.
Oh yeah, they're excited again because just the crowd in of itself, and the Arnold has probably got one of the best expos in the country.
Sure.
Yeah, they also have the shows on stage, some of the prejudgings. They organize it very well, and they're in the close proximity to everything. You don't have to, go out too far like in Vegas. So everything is, when you're in Ohio, everything is the Arnold.
Yep.
So it's always a good experience, always fun. I'm not sure if you walked the expo. I know Arnold has walked the expo in the past, but a lot of it was just, I don't think it's part of the Arnold. It's part of the companies cutting corners, being cheap as hell. They don't want to fly anybody. They rather put $1 million in their pocket instead of 900,000, you know, and the rest they could have for the athletes, you know. They'd rather do that.
I also know they increased the prices from last year to this year on boots and whatnot. And I know that turned off a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, inflation. I mean, what can you do? You know,
Yeah.
that's just part of it. I mean, at least I don't know, do some virtual reality with some of the pros and just have a screen there or something.
Guys, Bill Scarnati's checking in saying to say hello.
Hey, what's up, Bill? How you doing? I saw your son at the gym.
Junior. Hey,
Yeah.
so I got a question for you. When you get people ready now for a contest, and do you start or recommend like a certain time frame, 12 weeks out, 16 weeks out? Do you rotate carbs? What's your approach when you get people ready?
Yeah, initially, for me to get them ready, I would need at least the 4 months just so I can see how they execute exercises. Because if they have some mediocre training, there's no amount of dieting, supplementation, or anything that's really gonna bring that kind of, you know, winning muscle to that stage.
I like what you're saying there, because
Yeah.
I think the training aspect is gone.
Execution. These guys, I mean, I see guys still underdeveloped and they're hanging out by the cables. They're doing a lot of cable curls, a lot of cable chest workouts. And I'm like, you can't even bench 135. What are you doing on the cables?
Yeah.
Like, that makes no
See that
sense.
often.
Yeah. So a lot of the way they execute exercise is very important to me, because you could write or follow 100 different programs. If you don't execute them the way they should be, it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you know. And plus, a lot of kids now are doing 1 rep max, which I always called, you know, why bothers, because it's, you know, it's, I guess, you know, everybody's with PRs and this and that. And I mean, I see, you know, Chub Rock people walking in the gym with gallon of water. I'm like, what are you doing, man? You think you're in no more hobby desert? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I think like
I think it's all fad. It's all fad. It's all
it's a fad,
fad.
but it's a combination of they're so confused. They don't know like weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. It's all blended together for them.
Listen, man, you step up to me with some Crocs and socks and you're asking me how to squat, I'm gonna be like, yo, just.
Oh my God. I see it every day.
I'm like, come on, man, really, bro? Come on, respect the gym, man. You know, unless you're gonna squat barefoot, I don't mind showing you, but I don't. I hate wasting the time. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I go through the motions and everything. Usually, my friends' kids. I see my friends going to the gym with their kids. You know, I'm like, oh, come over here. You know, try this. I like doing that. You know,
Yeah.
I hate helping a cute girl that has, you know, bad form and is doing a dumb exercise because you try to correct them. They're like, oh, you try to pick me up. No, you like me? You into me? What is? I understand you're half naked, but no.
Oh my God.
And
So
just,
funny.
I don't want no shrapnel for my wife. So I stay clear again. If I know you, if you're somebody from the neighborhood, I see, I don't mind. I like doing that because I always say, you're not going to get hurt in my watch, you know? And most of these gyms, they want to quick, you know, to sell you a package right away. They sell a package. I'm like, you want to sell a package? You didn't even take the time to just show them how to do a barber curl, you know? It's like they're doing
because they don't know anymore.
Yeah, but these gyms are, again, that's their gyms. I hope to one day get my own place and run my house the way it should be. That's all.
Did you ever have a gym?
Yes, I did. I had a gym before.
Where was that?
It was in Dyman, Washington Heights.
Oh, a while back.
Yeah, that was. Whew, I did that gym back in 2002.
How long did you have that for?
I only had it to about 2 years. Yeah, because
2 years.
Yeah, I was supposed to buy the building. It's just a lot of things didn't work out. Horrible partner. My friends didn't believe, you know, that we could buy the building, and no, you can't. Well, the building's not for sale. I'm like, come on. I spoke to the landlord. You know, we have first right of refusal. And I think somebody spoke about it. And I don't know. Basically, we got bullied out of the building. Somebody had bought it from under us.
Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah, just a lot of things. And I don't think I had a fight in me because, again, for me to save the business, it would be to save my partner. And I just let it burn, you know. And this all happened while I was at the Olympia in 2004.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They were like, Vic, yo, they call me up. They're like, I think the marshals are coming tomorrow. They're gonna close and take the equipment, or we were selling the equipment or something. And I said, and I was at the roulette table, and I was like, let it burn. And I just hung up. I took a shot of whiskey and I spinned around, you know. Yeah, I got ninth that year. Yeah, probably could have been better, but you know.
was that shot before the Olympia or after the Olympia?
Yeah, it was actually before.
It was before.
Yeah. Again, I was because I was listening a lot of people. They say, you know, not Sean Ray, Kevin LeBron drinks right before he competes. So I heard that, and I heard that backstage at the 2003 Night of Champions. And they say, yo, Sean Ray usually takes a few shots before he competes. And I was like, oh, is that so? So I was just kind of doing the same, and it did help a little. But I think the lack of sleep didn't help me at all. You know, 2 days of no sleep.
Oh,
Yeah, just the stress of losing a gym and something you put together with your own hands, you know.
sure, absolutely. Yeah.
I think my equipment. I think some guy called me that my equipment is up in Canada somewhere.
Jeez.
My equipment.
So when you got home, the gym was empty?
I didn't even go back, you know. I mean, ideally, I think if I was in the neighborhood at the time and they said the marshals were coming, I probably would have, you know, threw a match in it, you know, just because I was that crazy back then, you know, but I wasn't around.
That's funny. See,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
also had a
when I was younger.
you also had a Muscle Maker grill for a while too.
Oh man, listen, man. You said what I don't want to talk about. That's definitely one I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
All right, next subject.
They suck.
Sorry.
You're so full of shit, bro. You're so full of shit, man. You know what? Let me leave it at this. My friend said, Vic, I want to open up 10 of them. What do you say? I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, I'll give you 25% out of all of them. And I said, wow, that sounds nice. But you know what? I hate them so much. Hell no. Because they abandoned me during my weakest time. And that's when you know that they're good enough to move forward. They're not. You know.
So, Victor, somebody was asking a question. If you weren't a bodybuilder, what would you be doing?
I don't know. My alter ego is an architect, you know.
Okay.
No, I wanted to actually, believe it or not, I tried to join the military a few times.
Oh, interesting.
You know, I really, really wanted to be a Marine. I wanted to be anywhere in it, and it was just I was just in too much trouble as a teenager, you know. They couldn't take me because the open cases I had, you know. And it was one of those things where it's like, man, you know, and I think once I cleared one of my cases, I should have gone, but I was caught up in a freaking engagement.
Okay.
You know, I was actually engaged, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? It was my high school.
You were young.
Yeah, I was young.
Hell, you know.
You know, and I was just being robotic, you know. I was just like, this is what I did. This is when I trained. This is when I worked. This is when I went home. And it was just like foggy years, you know, until one of my friends took me out to the club, and then he woke me up, and I realized she wasn't for me. You know, but I really wish I would have gone to the military. That's about it. So I think I would have been full force military.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. After that, I didn't know. Anything else would have been after that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Was there anyone in particular that started you in your bodybuilding journey?
I think one of my biggest supporters was Steve Dickerson, which is Chris Dickerson's cousin.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to go to Bally's in the Bronx, 231st.
okay.
Somebody was able to make me a fake ID. You know, I snuck into half the gyms I went to from the age of like 16 all the way to about 20 or
Yep.
19. Yeah, I snuck into all of them. You're talking about Bally's on 231st, Columbia University on 116th Street. They had a pretty good gym, you know. Actually, it's the first place I saw hammer strength, you know, which was only placed in the football section of the gym. Because, you know, hammer strength was for, I mean, they could deny it all they want, but I only always saw hammer in football gyms, you know, I like for the colleges or football or high school. And also Lehman College. I used to sneak into that gym, and it was all fake IDs. You can do them back then, you know. I had
Most people are getting fake IDs to get in the club and the bars, and you're getting them to get into a gym.
well, when I worked in the tunnel, I used to take $50 and let underage kids go in and drink and do whatever. I was like, man, I just want my money.
Wow, the tunnel. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah. I was working
Holy
the
shit.
tunnel with a few of my friends. My friend Sterling was one of the guys who just like, yo, you're Diesel, you want to work? And I'm like, cool. I took any job, Vinny. It's like, you had a job? I'm like, I didn't care what it was.
Yep.
I was doing it. I was there. I mean, I was bouncing. I was bartending. I mean, I was in photography school. I did everything because, again, I didn't have, you know, a guy like, this is where I'm going. So I did everything, and I kept myself open-minded to all that stuff. But the tunnel was a good experience.
That's pretty cool.
Peter Gation, Limelight, all that stuff.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Look at the movie, guys. I don't know the rest of the stuff that went on there.
Well, it's great that you have an open mind. I mean, that's all. That's pretty cool. And to think that you went to photography school.
Yeah, I did it. It was fun, and I used to work out in Johnny Lat's for about 2 hours, after that or before that, I would go down the street into the dark room and develop my films,
Oh,
which
wow.
was the art of developing is gone now. Everything's so digital now, and
Yeah.
it's no more dark rooms. But I think film is coming back, though.
Yeah, everything comes back.
Film. Yeah, film's coming back, man. Come on, man.
Maybe bodybuilding will come back.
80s, baby.
Victor, someone else is asking, whose physique blew you away when you finally met that person who you're just awestruck with?
I think the first one before I even got into a gym, I think it was Caprice Murray.
Caprice.
Okay. That's an old name. Wow.
Wow.
Caprice was I think he was just born big. Yeah, he was just born big, and he had the sickest quads. I mean, I swear, he was a sprinter in the junior high school, but he was just big. He was big, and I remember Eddie used to train him, and he used to work out with Ivy White. But after Caprice, Ivy White was, I think, most impressive because he was always in shape. Ivy White was natural bodybuilder, NGA competitive bodybuilder. Then it was like, okay, you see them guys, you're like, wow, big, huge. Then I go downtown because I had this crew of people from the local area from Elmo's Gym on 158th Street.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, which was like $20 a month at the time. And I told the guys, listen, guys, I know there's more we can learn. I know there's more that we can explore. Let's start going to different gyms every Saturday. And I only had about 1 or 2 takers. And we would get on that subway, get downtown. We would hit Natural Physique. Remember Nicole Bass's gym?
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
I know she had a gym. Okay.
Nicole and Bob.
Yeah. Nicole Bass had a gym, and I felt so bad because when I got there, I didn't know. I wasn't in the industry, so I was just kind of like, excuse me, sir, I like to train for the day. And she's like, okay, cool, kid.
Oh, shit. That'll be $100.
But you know, she was nice, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I'll never make that mistake again." And worked out there, worked out in Better Bodies, worked out in Mid City. Mid City was stellar, man. All the wrestlers used to go there. The original Mid City.
I think you knew one of my friends from there, Darren Page.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
Darren's a nurse now. He's a nurse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a nurse, man. Graduated. He's a nurse. We used to work out together in Steel Gym.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen him in years.
No. Darren Page is doing good. And he got his nursing degree. He's just like, man, I think I did all my bodybuilding. I got to do something else. So Darren was he's a head thinker. So Darren was always cool. Actually, he helped me with a lot of stuff back in the days also.
Mm-hmm. He's a good guy.
Field, yeah. Darren, what other gym, man? And at that time, it was Better Bodies when Brian Moss used to own it.
Yep.
Better Bodies, and you go down there, you see all the posing trunks from all the past competitors. Arnold used to train there,
Yeah, there's so much history in New York that today guys don't even know about it.
Oh, it was the best thing ever. But going down to those gyms, that's basically, I stayed downtown, because uptown, it was just literally 5 to 10 guys in the gym and nobody had a clue. And the guys that didn't know, they didn't want to share anything, nothing, But when I went downtown, it was that's when I met Michael Jablon. You know him. He's a pro.
Mike, yeah.
Yeah, Mike Jablon, Oval Burke, and then that's when I got thrown off. Oval Burke and Kai Green. I was like, okay, what's going on here? Like, what is this?
Orville was a monster.
Orville was a freaking monster. And then Kai's walking around with a freaking bucket of freaking chicken, pale ass chicken too. Not even grilled. I think he was boiling his chicken, and he was eating the chicken like I would eat my popcorn. And I was like, okay, and I'm here eating a blimpie sandwich, And I'm like, okay, so this is what I'm doing wrong. And I swear that was I was 21. I think that was the last blimpie sandwich I had, man. I was like, no, I got to step it up, man.
Whatever happened to Orville Burke?
Orville Burke.
Did he pass away?
No, he's alive. He's alive. I don't know if you remember.
He was in a hospital for a while, like way back in the 2000s. Was he in a hospital for a while?
Yes, it was 2001 or 2, I believe. He had done the Olympia.
Heart attack or something?
No. The story is he qualified. He won the New York Pro or the Night of Champions. Yes, Night of Champions. He qualified, went to the Olympia, got top 10, started doing a photo shoot with Chris Lund.
Chris Lund.
Yes, and Chris, can you go heavier?
I had a photo shoot with him.
Can you go heavier? And Orville, mind you, Orville was huge, but Orville will curl to 30 pounds, and that's it.
Yeah.
Orville never squat or anything. So when he was giving him, I think, something to do tricep, and it popped. His tricep popped. Went into the hospital. They signed off on the surgery, and I think the anesthesia affected him. So When he recovered, it wasn't Orville, the usual Orville.
Right.
Yeah. And everything else is out there,
Victor, do you ever spend any time on the West Coast? You're all East Coast, and you're going to West Coast to hang out?
I miss it. That's why I actually brought my wife from into the West Coast. Yeah, I miss going out there because I used to go almost every month. I was going every month, train with Charles. I was training with Charles. I got to chill with Stan, Melvin Anthony. I mean, basically, the Mecca. Everybody was just there. Total gym rat. Yeah,
it was awesome.
But you feel it was a different mentality, though? Because Vinny and I talk about it. Like, over there, it's you train, go to the beach for a couple hours, where here it's like...
that's what I was saying.
Mindset.
Yeah, I was saying that before. You go over there, you train earlier, like between, 9, 10, or 11. or even until 2. Then from there you go straight to the boardwalk or
Yep.
Firehouse, then the boardwalk.
Yeah, the firehouse.
Yeah. So I miss those days. I miss going back, but you know, it's don't have the leisure right now. Don't have the
Sure.
leisure. Have to work on other things and get that money coming in. You know, girls are getting expensive. The kids.
So tell us a little bit what you're doing. You have your own podcast now?
Yes, Generation 9 podcast every Fridays. We do them, and we usually release them by Mondays. Tuesday, do it with Vlad Uden, you know, and the you know, other fellas. I do Mejia, and you know, Generation Iron, Persia, Esan Farahi.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We kind of trying to pop something off. Let's see. You never know. There's so much shit to talk about in this industry. Come on, you know that, Vinny.
Yep. A lot that we could talk about and shouldn't.
Yeah. But you know, it's all good. We keep it, you know, we keep it real, and again, without burning any bridges, you know, because you can speak as much as you want and everything. At the end of the day, everybody made their own choices. Nobody forced anybody to do anything. So
That's true. That's
yeah.
true.
So that's why I'm still in the industry. That's why I'm still going hard in the industry. I can't say I hate this guy, I hate that guy. It's again, you know.
I always hated that, man.
Oh man,
I
you know
hate that.
what? It's just I'm not. I always said, you know what? Regardless how I finish this bodybuilding, I don't want to be this bitter guy. You
Mhm.
know, I don't want to
Yep.
be this bitter pro and just kind of say, this fucking shit, and you know what happened.
We hear it
Happened.
all
At
the time.
the end of the day, yeah. It happened. You signed up. You died it. You had 3 months or 12 weeks to pull out. Nobody put a gun to your head, and that's it, you know. So everything that goes out, that's coming out now, and anybody, you know, just decide to scratch their ass in the morning and start, you know, harassing people on what they did back in 1992 or back in, you know, 2000.
Mhm.
It's like, dude, like, what is this, you know? It's kind of like the women is trying to sue Ron Jeremy from 1968, you know, whatever, 78. It's one of those things. Like, listen, man, I know everybody's hurting. They want money, but we did this. We decided to do it, and it was for the pure love of it. And I have zero regrets.
Cool. So you got the podcast. You got your supplement line.
Yes.
You got your contest coming up. Is there anything else you want to tell your fans before we get ending here? Like anything you're doing?
I just want to let them know. I know a lot of them wanted me to compete. I know I want to compete. You know, I don't mind doing it, but it's just got to make
You
sense.
still look diesel, brother. You lift your arms here. You
Oh,
still look
no,
fucking diesel.
I work out. I still work out 5-6 days a week sometimes, you know, and love doing it. But at the end of the day, you know, taking care of the home front is always first. I don't want to sacrifice my home for, you know, just it's got to make sense. It's got to make dollars.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yes. Well, that's it.
Well, we thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sean. Appreciate you guys.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, door's always open, brother.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll
So
come
Victor,
back
where can people
and off something again. So, Vinny, so you're doing the Masters, huh?
If I get invited, yes, I will be doing it.
You should get invited, man.
I hope I get invited.
man.
I hope so.
Come on.
We'll know on April 24th.
Yeah. So what is it? The end of July or August?
August 26th.
Yeah. That's nice, man. Oh, it should be good. You know what, man? Either way, I won't either. If I won't compete, I still support it, whichever way, and I'm pulling for you, Vin.
Thank you. Maybe we can get together. You can help me out on my posing routine.
Dude, man. It'll be a freaking pleasure, my brother.
All right, we'll talk.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, Victor, so Victor, as you wind down, somebody's asking who's the best bodybuilder to come out of Jersey or New York?
Come out of Jersey. Oh.
Jersey or New York?
Other than Vinny?
Me? No, I would say
Or
out of
yourself.
Wait,
Jersey.
no, Jersey, because I'm from New York. Vinny, I remember Vinny, Francis
Gaspari.
Coriello, and there was another guy. It was a Puerto Rican guy, man.
I'd say Rich Gaspari.
Oh, dude. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rich. Sorry, man. No, Rich is the master. Glue, he
So,
was the
Victor,
original Gluezilla, man.
so Victor, plug your Instagram. Where can people learn about you, your supplement line? Let everybody know.
Yes, yes. Anybody wants to train, I only have 4 slots left. That's it. 4. That's it. And again, it's real training. I know those bullshit bringing, counting your weight to anything. Social media is Instagram, the Dominican Dominator. Twitter, I don't tweet much. And Facebook is.
I don't think anybody, us old folks don't.
I'm not gonna tweet, man. I don't want to talk so much, man. And plus, I don't want to embarrass my daughters. Thank you guys, man.
All right. Thanks, Victor.
All right.
But Victor, it's been a pleasure. And next week, folks, we have Sharon Bruneau joining the show.
Sharon
So
Bruneau.
thanks so
Oh,
much.
I'm logging in, man. I'm
Yep.
logging in. Nice, man.
Yeah, Sharon Bruneau.
Perfect, man. Still have a magazine, front cover.
Good night, guys.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, Victor. Take care. Thank you, everybody.